Hey everybody, Henderson Brenner, how you doing? Today I want to talk to you guys, basically explain to you how Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad book helped increase my financial literacy. Okay, so when I graduated college, went to school, did traditional thing, went to school, picked a good career field, got a degree, had a great job with a huge great profession. Met my wife there. Shortly after we graduated from college, we got married. We were in the same field. So, hey, we thought this now's the time we're going to start paying off our debts and stuff like that. Okay. What we didn't realize was that wonderful time around the end of the year when you have to start doing your taxes and submitting your stuff to Uncle Sam. Okay. So we were, you know, both had great careers, making pretty decent money, but every year we had to owe and we had to pay the government some big dollars. It was like ridiculous. Every year we were continuing to owe no matter what we did. Max out the 401, put money in the Roth, whatever you could do. No matter what we did, we always had to owe money, and we didn't realize why, until sitting down with our accountant, and our accountant basically educated us on the term DINK, DINK. So for those of you that are unaware what that is, that stands for double income, no kids, which I was like, okay. And the accountant said basically that's why you're having to pay every year. And I was like, we were like, wow, that's just crazy. So one of my many mentors who has recently just passed, recommended a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay. So I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and that book changed my life profoundly. Okay. Because in essence, I was totally able to relate to what the author was saying as far as, following the poor dad path and things along that nature there. Okay. Now, after reading that book, one of the main takeaways that I got from that was definitely being able to distinguish the difference between an asset and a liability. Okay. So most of the time you'll hear people say, oh, your home's your biggest asset. In reality, it is not. Most people's homes is a huge liability. Okay. Another thing that the book taught me was the four quadrants that it referred to. Okay. So, and I'm going to bring up my little cheap audio video aid here. All right. So if you guys can see that, these are the four quadrants that it talked about. It broke people into E for employee, S for self-employed, B for business owner, and I for investor. All right, okay? Those for the four quadrants. It also basically enlightened me and let me know that your E and your S quadrants pay a lot more in taxes than your B and I quadrants. And if you're self-employed, you really get hit hard in taxes. So I thought that was interesting because one of the things that the book had mentioned was basically coming up with how to get from this side of the quadrant to this side of the quadrant. And doing that, it helped us out significantly. Okay? So, and what I mean by that is it allowed us to incorporate our business, which allowed us to help us tax for tax purposes. And it also allowed us to the fact that we no longer had to keep owing the government every year for taxes. And that was that was profound. That was just something that was just like in awe. And then we realized, the material, the information in that book is stuff that was not taught to us. It wasn't taught to us in high school, wasn't taught to us in college, wasn't taught to us in a continuing ed course or anything like that. So unless you invest in yourself, you may not know how to mitigate those the taxes and stuff like that. So I was just like really profound by that, and like to thank my mentor for recommending that book to me. So in conclusion, I want you guys to stay strong, invest in yourself, because no matter what happens, no one can take away what you put into yourself, and keep your head up. We'll see you at the top. All right. So hit me up below with comments, suggestions, and I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.